I want to switch gears, get into Twitter. We're already talking about Facebook, but Twitter's under fire after suspending the account of the conservative commentator Candace Owens. Now, that suspension came after Owens copied some tweets from a controversial New York Times editorial board member named Sarah Young. She made some changes in the tweets, and then her account was suspended. In addition to Shana, let's bring in Eric Beach, the Republican strategist, on this issue, Eric, which is one that we've been talking about in different contexts now for a while, the idea of conservatives either be shadow banned or outright banned on some of these social media platforms, in particular Twitter. What does it say to you?
Well, I think there seems to be a double standard. And the idea here is that, how is Twitter going to regulate free speech or even hate speech? And it seems that conservatives get the short end of the stick each and every single time, because I don't think the tech community believes that you can be either racist or prejudiced against conservatives. And so, therefore, they don't think any kind of hate speech happens. And I think the Sarah Young case, just because she's from the New York Times, does not make her credible or does not make these statements racist statements. And so if she's not going to be banned, there's a double standard when a conservative like Candace Owens is banned.
Right.
And I think there's a real problem for Twitter in this.
And what Candace Owens, I believe I'm getting this right, what Candace Owens did, she changed the race in the tweets to make a point. And after Sarah Young had not been banned, when the race was changed, then all of a sudden Candace Owens was banned. So do you see what Eric's saying there, Shana? Does that make sense to you, or do you think there's just some sort of technical glitch that's leading to all of this?
So listen, over the past year, Twitter has faced a lot of criticism about hate speech and inciting violence and just all-out abuse and bullying on Twitter. And they've made some changes in the past year that I think you're seeing some of the unintended consequences of in situations like Candace Owens.
Is that because there's a built-in political bias? I mean, that's the rub on Silicon Valley, that there's just too many liberal people there. They don't see the world in a different way.
I just don't. I personally don't believe that is true. I think what you're seeing here is they potentially have taken too many steps to counter-correct an issue. Twitter is a hateful place for a lot of people.
Oh, yeah.
And what we're seeing here, I think, are some of the precautions they've put in place, working against people that are expressing themselves in a way that shouldn't potentially be censored, but is because of these precautions and algorithms they're putting in place.
You want to counter that, Eric?
Yeah, because the reverse is true. I mean, how does that explain Ms. Young not having her tweet come down, or even her Twitter account come down? And the reality here is these are publicly traded companies, and we should all be worried about our privacy, not only our privacy, but the idea that these companies are our biggest information dissemination around the world. And so when they have an agenda, whether it's global warming or illegal immigration, whatever that might be, that comes through in their business services. And when they're banning conservatives, or anyone for that matter, it needs to be a level playing field, or don't do it at all.
Well, they say, what the companies say, and Twitter in this case, and other companies, it says, well, no, this happens to liberals, or this happens to Democrats as well. But then you don't really see examples of that. So that does, I mean, that's why I think maybe Eric does have a point here, Shana, that if it was happening on both sides, we'd see more examples of the other way. It seems like more conservatives than liberals are being brought up.
Well, I think last week was one of the examples. With the auto population, they gave examples both. Where they had explained that both Democrats and conservatives were affected, and I think what we're seeing here is a passage of time from the initial tweets that Sarah had posted to now some additional additional precautions in place, and I don't know what's going on behind the scenes at Twitter.
No matter what you think of this, it does
I understand the concern, and I understand the point.
It does make it tough to take down real hate speech, by the way. It does kind of highlight that a little bit. It's going to be real quick, Eric, then we're going to wrap it up. Make the last point.
The algorithm for Twitter is the more upset their users are, that's how they determine taking down content. And we know that liberals are unhinged, and they're out there on Twitter all the time. So just because they're upset doesn't mean you have to take down free speech by a conservative.
I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure if it's that or not. I really don't know if it's that or not, but it is. It strikes a lot of people, and I think fairly so, as strange that there are more conservative examples being brought up here. And, whether that's the culture or whatever it is, well, we'll bring it to light. Eric, Shana, thanks very much for all of this. We appreciate it.